What's up, Netrunners? Welcome to PeachHack. My name is Ben, and I'm joined once again today by Ahmed. How you doing, Ahmed?
I'm doing great.
Good to hear. We are in the second game of Round 3 at the Wasteland Store Championships on February 8th, 2015 in Duluth, Georgia. On the left here, we have Ahmed himself, who is playing as Near Earth Hub, where the first time they create a new server each turn, they can draw a card. And he is playing against Alec on the right, who is running as Chaos Theory, using a funky alt art that he found, I think, on the internet. Made his own version of the card. And Chaos Theory has free MU. So normally runners have 4 MU, but Chaos Theory has 5. And a small 40-card deck makes her very consistent, able to draw the cards that she needs a lot more easily. So, Ahmed, we're fortunate to have you for this game. Now, what kind of NEH is this? We've seen, some Scorches, we've seen Near Paths, but of course the ubiquitous Fast Advance.
It is definitely the, just straight up fast advance.
Yep.
Try to get those agendas out.
It's a good deck, turns out.
Yeah, I got pretty fortunate with this opening draw. I kept a hand of all ice, but there was
wow.
like 2 pop-ups, and then I mandatory into Sweeps Weeks.
Ooh.
Now it's a great starting hand.
Yeah. Now, Chaos Theory, on the other hand, I've been playing Chaos Theory, and we're opening up with a Magnum Opus, which I think is
It's a very strong play.
It's a great play. So he takes 2 credits, and also installs a prepaid.
Which I'm not too fond of installing a prepaid and not using it immediately.
That makes sense. So installing a piece of ice, free draw for you.
Yep.
Now, what I was just saying about Chaos Theory is that there's a few different versions of Chaos Theory out there. I mean, they all revolve around either having the small deck that lets you be consistent with it, or having the extra MU, which means you don't need like a console necessarily.
Yeah. And this is very interesting here again. He's definitely digging for something because he just takes 2 credits in quality times.
Yep.
But the dangerous thing about that is you can't, if you have no credits, it's hard to play out your hand, which I think he didn't have a problem with because then he just took 2, laid down prepaid, and toss in programs, which as Shaper obviously you'll get back.
Yeah. And so, I don't often see prepaid Chaos Theory, which is interesting. And he has Magnum Opus.
Yeah,
so that's a lot of money.
I mean, he's definitely very strong because then the corp basically, once you get going, you get an R&D interface. You can just, just run R&D multiple turns. Yeah. Keep that lock going on, run HQ a couple times, and you've basically, if they haven't already set up their remote, you can really lock them out.
Yeah, but the key here against Near Earth Hub Fast Advance is that you need to be fast, because NEH is going to win the game immediately unless you do something about it.
But he's definitely bouncing back with Econ. He went down a couple times, but that prepaid plus Opus is really helping out.
So he's got money. He just needs to be able to get through stuff. And you've only got 1 layer of ice here over these 4 servers. So I guess what you're saying is what he needs to do is get up an R&D lock as fast as possible.
Well, that's normally what I fear the most out of CT. The stim chop, put some stuff there, stim hack whatever breaker you need. But here it's very interesting where I'm not that. It doesn't seem that I'm worried because I have ice in my hand, but instead I'm developing the board.
Developing off camera, way to go.
Yeah, hopefully I'll connect that. Definitely, I just saw what it was. It was
I think it was a daily business show.
Daily business show.
So he installed a daily business show off camera, not resed yet, I imagine.
Nah. And then I just drew his last click, which I feel comfortable doing considering I've got a handful of ice. I'm not going to lay it all down right now anyway. I'm just trying to get that first agenda.
Another quality time for Alec, so he's definitely digging hard. I do see an indexing, but he does need a breaker to get through whatever that is. I mean, the same old thing. Or not same old things, self-modifying code. I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, it would be huge for him.
Yeah.
I think he runs a daily business show. Insta Trash. Definitely a card.
Yeah,
which
that's an instant trash.
I initially undervalued. And the raw power of it is crazy. And now here's a Plasticrete. Very preemptive.
Yeah, but preemptive Plasticrete.
But you don't know what's going on in it.
Yeah.
It definitely could scorch you. But, yeah, econ-wise, he could definitely keep up. So maybe not be necessary, but it does definitely give you freedom. Where you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I've got a Plasticrete, I'll be okay. And here I'm icing up R&D because I see that as the biggest threat right now.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks like you're not really drawing any agendas yet, so that's where all the agendas are.
Yeah.
And you did install a new remote way off screen. Way to go. Now, do you know what is in that face-down remote? Do you remember?
The one I just made? No, sorry, I was looking at
the face-down that's iced.
Oh, the ice, yes. I think it's Sansan.
Oh, okay.
That's why I've been drawing kind of aggressively because I think I can just get an agenda out here. While he's spending time setting up his rig, he's going to run that far remote.
Yep.
I'm asking what click it is.
Oh, yeah, it's just click 3 because he did luckily found. And there's a Jackson Howard. Looks like you're going to pop it. What are you going to get back? There's a face down.
Just a daily business showing the econ.
Yeah,
yep.
Makes sense.
Yep, insta.
Well.
And I'm now there. I remember I looked through my deck and I'm like, did I not bring my agendas? Because I was really, I was definitely, something you wanted to think about. Like, what if someone kept them from the last game?
Oh, yeah.
So I was just concerned because I was like, it's been like a lot of cards, and I haven't seen one. So I was looking. There was definitely like a pocket.
Sure.
It wasn't coming up anytime soon, but like makers into that would have been really bad.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So I just gave it a good shuffle.
And looks like you're still drawing to
and then just more econ.
Sweep away. And another quality time for Alec. So he's just drawn 15 cards with 3 quality times. And I would have to imagine that he's seen what he needs to see by now, because that's over half his deck drawn.
Yeah, I think what he wants most,
a
Dino is probably okay. Because that involves some extra setup out of CT. Because you want to get your, what's it called, Workshop, and now to get the Dino and then SMC, it's a few pieces.
Yeah.
But he's definitely got the most important piece right now, which is a Dino. Or SMC might be more important, obviously.
I wonder what he's going to put on the Dino. Now, usually when you think Dino, you think
Yagasaurus. That's
right?
Kit, so this is not happening.
Yeah.
And I read Sansan. What am I doing with this?
I imagine you're probably going to score an agenda.
That makes sense.
I mean, that's.
But I was thinking about, like, I don't have it. Oh, shipment on it. And the Beal. Okay.
Okay. Well, it could be worse.
Yeah.
Well, it could be worse for Alec, at least.
I think I remember thinking, I had a good opportunity. I've got a pad going. That's some money. I remember my ice being pretty cheap. I could res it, and I have a hedge fund in my hand.
Okay.
I just didn't want to take the risk of him getting the one agenda. And since he didn't have a breaker out, I feel like I could even protect this Sansan.
Now, what I was going to say is that Yagasaurus is what you often see on dinosaurs, but I'm curious to see if he might be running Sage. Sageosaurus.
Oh, that'd be crazy good.
Yeah.
I haven't run it. I remember people talking about the build. I hadn't got the opportunity to play since the last Store Championship, and so I hadn't seen it. But it probably didn't cross my mind since I hadn't seen it in play myself.
Now, having said that, he's using up 2 of his 5 MU. So if he installs a Sage on Dinosaurus, it'll be +2 strength, then +3 strength. So it'll be strength 5, barrier, and code gate breaker, which is pretty good. And Diesel, even more card draw. He's still not seeing what he needs to see.
Wow,
Another
Diesel.
Oh my gosh, he
hand.
is drawing through almost his entire deck.
And then Shirt Gamble for some more money, which I bet he doesn't want. Like, he would rather have probably the SM. It's probably the SMC he really needs. Like,
well, I mean, at this point, if you're drawn through more than half your deck, presumably you've seen the card that you need rather than
actually,
SMC.
I can see a test run in his hand. Maybe he wants a scavenge. Oh, no, I just tossed it. It's interesting.
I'm really curious to see what happened here.
Because
now I know for me, like, I've played Stim Shop, and the biggest weakness of it is that Personal Workshop is a resource, and we do see you getting out the Astro Suit Pilot program.
And I've Mandatoried into the other Astro. Is in my hand. But now he's doing okay. That's probably why he's tossed one of this Workshop. He's got test runs. He tossed a test run, but now first click he plays test run. Fem on that.
Probably gonna Fem the ice in front of Sansan. Yeah, so they can trash Sansan. But you've got Astro token. It's almost like the damage is done.
Yep, but he still has to go get it.
Yeah, he still has to trash it.
It's essential. I remember sometimes people always asking, do I still bother? But it prevents them from going click 1 draw and then chaining if they draw an Astro. So it's definitely necessary to go get it.
He is going to scavenge the Fem. I'm going to put that over HQ.
Also, I think pretty solid move.
It's a big Fem. Wow. And that's on the Dinosaurus. So strength 4. I mean, Fem is usually pretty weak as a normal sentry breaker.
Yeah, because the 2 to pump is annoying.
Exactly. But if you get out to strength 4, then it's not like you can do some damage.
Oh, that offside remote happens to be a Sansan.
Oh, there's a second remote
and
out
I
there.
Go hard into Sansetting out another Astro. So now I've got 2 counters, which is pretty nasty.
Legwork. I mean, so you can fast track for the win, basically, here, if you have a fast track.
Yep. There's a pop-up.
So you're going to access 3 cards.
It's a great HQ setup. I love double pop-up. Because then even, what's it called? Siphon's not so bad.
Oh, and there's the fast track. So basically, this is almost over.
Yeah, next turn, unless he finds a way to come back imp it.
Ooh, Maker's Eye.
I can score any agenda I want.
Yeah, he could try to. I mean, he's got to have a really lucky Maker's Eye. Enigma's going to keep him out.
Yeah,
I think that's
going to close it. I just think, I mean, despite him drawing so many cards, it just took a while to get a breaker, which is just unfortunate. I kind of had like I had a really amazing, actually, not even a good, a really amazing NEH draw.
That was like the
where the ice I
perfect
needed,
storm.
I had the money I needed. I could just res Sansan early.
Yep. Well, you did take the win, and like I was saying before, I've played Chaos Theater before, like Stim Shop, where sometimes Personal Workshop is a resource, so you can't tutor for it, and you have a small deck, but like mathematically speaking, 1 out of 8 of your games, all 3 of those Stim Shops could be on the bottom half of the deck.
It's actually he wasn't even running Stim Shop.
Okay.
It's actually he wants Scavenges because his main way of tutoring, I think he doesn't have SMC. Is to what's it called?
Test run
it and scavenge it because he has expensive breakers.
So he was looking for
scavenge. He's got a battering ram. There's the Fem there. He's probably the torch would then be his other choice.
Okay.
And since they're so expensive, he wants to scavenge them after test running them.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Has a little extra setup though, and just unfortunately he wasn't able to get the tools quick enough.
Bummer.
Which happens.
It happens. It's rough goings. That's one of the one of the advantages / disadvantages of Chaos Theory is that you have the small deck, so it's more consistent, but if it goes wrong, it can go very wrong, as we've seen here.
Yep.
But well played still to both of you. I really enjoyed these series of games, and I enjoyed having you on to hear your side of the commentary.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to come comment.
Yeah,
can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, big props to both of you. And we're going to be moving on to round 4 pretty soon. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Ahmed, thank you for joining me once again.
Yep, thanks.
And until next time, this is PeachHack logging off.